Hey Frugal folks, welcome back to the garage. In today's video, we are going to unbox this touchscreen CarPlay system that you can put in older vehicles. We've got our 2010 Volkswagen Jetta. It's a 16-year-old car at this point, and it's got the factory radio. So we're gonna add this $25 touchscreen that we got for crazy cheap and see if we can get it to work. So stick around with us as we unbox this and check it out. Let's rip open this guy and see what we get. So it came out to like $26, $27 to get this to our front door. But here is the portable wireless car stereo. So really all this is an Android tablet. It's a 7-inch from what I remember in the description. Let's go ahead and open it up and see if we get everything in here. Take a look at it, see what it looks like. Good sized touchscreen, 7 inches across. And then on the back here, you've got that typical mount and some extra speakers. It's much more attractive than our Lamtto, I will give it that. I even see like it's got like carbon fiber on it. That's pretty awesome. As far as the connections on the side, see if I can get up in here and show you. We got several different spots here on the bottom. First one here is going to be the USB Type-C. So that's the Type-C power, that's the power connection right there. Then you're jumping over, you got the AV-in. See, that's the audio and video going in. You've got a micro SD port, so you can put a micro SD card there for memory. And then there is this guy right here, which I think says 35. So I'm guessing that's like a 35mm jack. But anywho, that's what's there. Jumping into the rest of the goodies. We got this big suction cup. Still got the plastic protecting film on it. That's kind of cool. So it's telescopic. You can unscrew that guy there and extend the arm on this particular one. So whatever your windshield setup is or your dash, you can mount this to your dash or the actual windshield and use it to manipulate the device to be wherever you want the screen. You can get it done with this guy. The power supply, I'm not a big fan of this cigarette power connection, cigarette lighter port. I'm not going to be able to put my phone, I can't connect from my phone to this. This is going to take all the power away from our little connector up underneath the dash. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just cancel this out. This guy here, so you got, this is the other mounting bracket that you get. Here's the adhesive gel. Pull that off, stick it on. Probably like our Lamtto, you want to wait like 24 hours to 48 hours after applying the adhesive to your dash. Let it sit out in the sun for a day or two. That way that heat can really soak into this. Use that heat to help it stay bonded to the dash. Looks like they give you a couple of them, so you get 2 of these. And then you also get a backup camera with this. And these guys are pretty much plug and play. I grabbed one of the cables from inside the house. It's a Nintendo cable, and you can see there it's got the USB Type-C. So this is something that we can use as our power. It's USB-A. So I can just you can plug this into any jack that you have, any USB-A jack that you have at the front. As for our mount, I'm just wanting to make sure I got this. Seems like this will go like that. Don't know if that'll be the best option. Essentially, it'll sit in there like that. Oh, let's hop in the car and see what we can get done. We'll take our mount here, and I'll peel off this film. And I want to say we should just toss it right about there. There we go. And that snaps and really sucks on there. There's a lot of adjustment you can do to kind of get it the right way, but I think this is more or less centered up pretty good. We're favoring the middle of the car pretty good here. Got our USB Type-C. Snap that in. Next, we'll go ahead and put this on. All right. Well, that actually looks pretty good. It's right there. Kind of gives us a nice layout to where it's right above our AC vents. So I think this will work pretty decent. All right, we got it plugged into our little jack right there. We got to get our ignition turned on. Please connect Bluetooth. All right, so after a simple Bluetooth connection, we were able to get the CarPlay up and running, and as you guys can see, pretty much gives us a layout, shows us what our battery is on our iPhone, and try and get this to focus, but it looks pretty good. The picture quality is not bad, although it's not as crisp as a genuine CarPlay. It does look like it is just ever so slightly off to where the quality of it is just a little on the gritty side. It's not super clear. This Android based tablet is just a little you just don't get the security that you get with a genuine CarPlay system from the factory. And really, Netflix is not supposed to be in any any type of vehicle tablet whatsoever, in terms of, you know, these CarPlay systems. Netflix is not an approved app that needs to be on here. So the YouTube feature, I don't know if they have YouTube on here. On our Lamtto, we do have YouTube, so we are able to watch that type of stuff. Recents, contacts. Well, it's the next day, and we've got this guy, and it doesn't seem to want to connect to our head unit here, the main radio. I've tried FM 87.7. That hasn't really seemed to work. So we'll go ahead and jump back in. Let's go to, let's turn up our volume all the way. We're going to go to the main auxiliary here, and it'll give us the options to do the FM transmit. I'll hit confirm, and let's see if we can find a station. Right, Billy King and the Bad 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 was our magic remedy. You can see these guys here. This is actually my cousin's band, so I can play this. 88.7 seemed to be the magic, so we set our FM transmitter. The OEM power adapter was the only thing that would work. So using our own, I guess, Nintendo USB Type-C cable, for whatever reason, it's not putting out enough juice to allow us to connect to the speakers. I'm not sure why. After driving around for a little bit, it seems like 88.5 seems to be working the best in our area. You might have to fine tune your station to something that's maybe not so occupied. Typically the high 80s is always a good bet on your FMs. But yeah, that allowed us to connect it successfully. And the big bugaboo was that we had to use the original cord. So I'm a little bummed out that I don't have a spot to plug in my phone charger. So that is a bit of a, I guess, a downside. But all in all, it seems to be working really good. It cranks up nice and loud, and I can play any music off of Spotify, you know, Pandora, any of that stuff. It works great on this guy. This, once again, is like the main page where you can, you know, do your CarPlay, connect your Android, or set the audio settings, or even format an SD card. But if you want to get to the Apple CarPlay, we can simply connect that, and then it will allow us to come right back here. Now, if you do get one of these head units and it has Netflix pre-downloaded to it, I will, once again, I'll say, do not log in with your credentials. That information can easily get stolen on these devices. How I know is because I actually had that happen. My wife logged into our Netflix account on one of these Android CarPlay devices, and literally, like, within a few hours, we noticed that all the usernames on our Netflix account had been changed. Our kids' profiles, their names had been changed, and it had all been changed to very, like, rude racial slurs, stuff that I can't even get into. But they were really bad, naughty words, and my wife and I were horrified, and it was a bit of a situation. So I stress, you need to be extra careful when it comes to these CarPlay head units. Do not use your login credentials to log into any of these apps. Only use your phone. You can use your phone all day, but the moment you log into the actual tablet itself, that's when you can compromise your login credentials. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that for this video. Hopefully it gave you guys an idea that this cheap, budget-friendly CarPlay tablet can actually be used and connected to any old car. If you're someone that is driving an older vehicle and you don't have a head unit that has the CarPlay feature or auxiliary stuff, this is a great alternative. Once again, it was only like $25 to get it to our front door off of eBay. You can find open box specials just like this one all over Amazon and eBay, and mainly eBay. Amazon gets a little bit more aggressive with their pricing on some of these, but hopefully that gives you guys a decent idea, and we will see y'all on the next video. Take care.